Well, howdy there, folks. It's me, Dunkzinski, here once again at Rancho Del Dunkzinski. Well, it's been a couple of days since we last checked in on the farm. Got a lot of updates. Got some corn coming in. We'll talk about that in a moment. And I want to show you the pumpkins because they are looking great. So let's jump right into it. Starting off with the pumpkins, we've got the tiniest guy here, also the first one that was growing. Compared to, you can see it. You can see him over here. This was the second guy we found growing. Look at how much of a monster this guy became. Look at that. That is a big pumpkin. Here, for reference, size 12 flip-flop. Look at that. I can barely wrap my arms around it. I don't even think I can fully wrap my arms around it. It's a monster. And then, over here, you've got this little oblong guy who's just growing along nicely, albeit a little wonky. I think that's about the size that he's going to be. I think they've all reached their final size. I don't think they're going to do too much more growing, but that one's huge. The corn. Let's talk about the corn. So, big issue I had with the corn. I didn't harvest it in time. You can see it's still on there. And let me go grab one of the cobs. Look at that. You can see it's all dehydrated out because I let it sit too long. All of the corn vines are like that, or all the corn cobs rather. We did get quite a bit of corn on the cob. Just unfortunate I let them sit too long. But they'll be good seeds for next year, and we can have a huge field of corn. So, excited for that. The poor tomatoes are in some rough shape. They got totally eaten up by the deer. The deer here had a field day with our lovely fresh tomatoes. So they're in a wheelbarrow, caged up in containment. We'll see if they produce any more, but I have my doubts. Speaking of being ravaged by the deer, the strawberries have bounced back quite greatly. We even have a couple of little bell peppers popping in. Looking good there. The deer also hit the onion patch. There was a couple of onions dug up, but we still have a good little bit in there. So, not too terrible. Enough to get some onions going for a stew or something. We've got a number of those chocolate cherry sunflowers starting to sprout up here. Definitely could use some more. Speaking of the sunflowers, they're looking pretty good. A lot of the heads are tipped over, looking rather plump. I was curious about it, so I pulled up the root ball, one of those corn plants. And look at that. This was one of the smaller plants too. And that root ball is huge. The last plant we're checking on today is Jackie, the Jack Herrera. As you can see, she is doing stellar. We moved her up here because she fell out of her chair. The wind knocked her over. So we just moved her up here where she was nice and stable. We're going to get her a bigger pot because that pot is a little small. And she's just happy and thriving away. Finally, I want to introduce you to some friendly new faces on the ranch. Say hello to the chickens. We have chickens now, and they're adorable. Every single one of them. There's 10 chicks total. We hatched them from an eggs, so we're not sure if they're roosters or hens, but we'll find out at some point. They like to just mosey around, hang out in their little enclosure, do some digging here and there. So that's all the updates I got for you here at Rancho Del Dunkzinski. I've been having a blast here. Um, I got addicted to Pokemon Pokopia, so that's why you haven't really seen me around. Sorry about that. I'll get back into regular uploads again. And I hope you had a blast. I know I did. See you, gang.